Hey, this is Valerie with J&S Hobbies and Crafts, and we are going to be working with the Midnight Masquerade paper again today, and we're making a beautiful card. Once again, this paper is amazing. It's made by Graphic 45, and it has all these beautiful purples and golds and yellows and bright oranges and some cute graphics. I mean, the little graphics in this are amazing. Actually, there's some big graphics too. So I'm going to be doing a lot of fussy cutting, so most of these little characters that are in here are going to get fussy cut into this card, and that's no surprise to you guys. There is some patterns that are amazing and a lot of other little things that we're going to be pulling out of this paper, including these cute little masks. So we're going to be making a two-part card today, and I'm going to be using two of the cards out of the Heartfelt Creation 6x6 cards, black. We're going to be using the shadow box card and this little three-part pull-out card. And so here is the shadow box. I don't have it put together, but you guys have seen me use these before. And we're also going to be using the Heartfelt Creations Fleur borders because they are so easy to use. And as a surprise, I'm going to be putting two of them together. And when I do that, it makes this gorgeous little lace piece. And it fits perfect right along the border of this card. This is a new technique that I saw online, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to try this. And once I got them all cut out and everything, I used my tool-in-one to clean out my dies. You guys know how much I love this tool. Have you ever tried to pick some of these dies out? Not fun. Anyway, so I use the Spellbinders tool-in-one to clean them up. It takes me like seconds. I don't even mean minutes, I mean seconds. And then I'm also going to use the curved die that cuts out just along the edges. I took the liberty of using some of my gold stickles to decorate up these beautiful little lace pieces. So I'm just going to run it along the edges, and because this is kind of a wet, it's kind of glue is actually what it is. It takes a while to dry, so you might want to do these first and set them aside so they can dry before you have to put them on. But isn't that pretty? Here's a few of my fussy cut pieces. And there are going to be probably 6 or 7 fussy cut pieces in this piece when we're done. So I'm not going to sit here and cut them all out in front of you. But here you can see I'm starting to put the pieces together. I used the purple Starry Skies background because all the little pieces that I fussy cut are very detailed, and I wanted them to stand out. And you can see that I added my little gold trim lace pieces. So I cut the back card out to match the opening of the frame of the shadow box. And I'll be attaching it later, but you don't want to attach it now because otherwise you're going to have a mess. I'm going to use this Martha Stewart deep edge embroidery punch to create a top part to the back of my box. So I used a piece of black cardstock and put on some gold washi tape. And this washi tape came out of this package by Heidi Swap. She calls it decorative tape. We call it washi tape. Anyway, it was a gold piece that came out of here. So I put it stripes across the top and met it all together. And then I cut it out with the paper punch. So here's my little die cuts that I did, or my little fussy cuts that I did of the girls. They look like they're kind of on stage. And sometimes just to keep them from pushing back in the back, I'll actually put a little piece of cardstock behind them to hold them out. That way they look like they stand out properly. And this is my own little preference. You don't have to. I used the same Harlequin pattern to do the sides. I really love this paper. It's amazing. It's all my favorite colors. And I'm going to use the same Harlequin to do the front. Instead of trying to match the Harlequin pattern at the bottom, I just chose one of the little borders that came with the paper and attached it to the bottom just to give it a little bit different trim. Now I'm going to take my bling on a roll. This is the gold, and it comes in 4 rolls. I'm just going to cut it into one strip and attach it to the sides, the curves on my borders here. I like bling, and the gold is perfect with this paper. So now I'm going to use my flowering dogwood die and stamp. I chose these because I hadn't used them before and I wanted to play with them. And I'm going to stamp using my white cardstock first, cut it in half, and then take my Memento elderberry. And once you're done stamping them all down, you'll have to color them in. I used my lilac and violet color box colors. And now I'm taking my Dove blender and adding just a little accent of purple to the edges of my flowers. I like my blender because it gives me the opportunity to add a lot more. And this is one of the flowers that's cut out, and sometimes the edges don't always get cut all the way next to where they should. So you can also use your little Dove blender to fill in those areas that don't get cut right. It makes it easier. So once you're all done with your flowers, here's all my flowers. I'm going to use my Heartfelt Creations flower shaping essentials and get them all shaped up and glued together. So it comes with a little shaping tool, and then I'm also going to use just a little spray bottle of water and put just a tiny bit of water on the back of the flowers before I shape them. It kind of gives them a little bit more relaxed feel so that the paper doesn't feel so stiff. And you start with the back and just kind of push around the edges. If you push too hard, you're going to cut your paper. So I've done it, so take it from me, you don't want to do that. Push down the middle, and you just do it to all the flowers and glue them together. Add a little frills and some glossy accents, which by the way is amazing and makes them look really, really nice. And here they are, all finished, glossied up and dry. Oh, by the way, these take a little while to dry, so you might want to find something else to do while you're waiting for them to dry. I made some singular flowers at the top and glued them to that little Martha Stewart punch. And here it is all done. I added some of the larger flowers and smaller flowers to the front, and as you can see, I took some of the words and put them on the front, and you can see all the little fussy cut pieces I put on and my bling. So I'm really impressed with how this card turned out, but of course it's my favorite color, so I'm always going to be happy when anything is purple. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I have another surprise coming for you very soon. It will also involve this paper. Oh, and here's a little card in the back. You can see I added a little pocket using that same Heartfelt Creations die with some of the Harlequin paper. But anyway, so I have another surprise coming for you, and it does involve something 3D. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great day and happy crafting!